Hey class, welcome to week 2 of Community Resource Management. I was able to watch everyone's videos that posted them and provide a comment, so thank you for that. So this video is going to talk about a couple of pressing questions and issues that I want to clarify and talk a little bit about this week's lesson and some of your assignments. So just some housekeeping issues. Just to let you know how the weeks are going to work moving forward. So last week we started on a Tuesday because of the holiday. Moving forward, the class discussions lecture, the week will officially start on Monday. So this week's week 2 is going to be released Monday the 14th. And every week on Monday you can expect to see that week's lesson opened up. Probably early afternoon. I'm hoping by 2 o'clock each week. So it'll be open on Monday. You'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to respond to the forum, your initial response to answer the question that I posed for that week. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you'll have an opportunity to reply to at least 2 of your classmates to sort of mimic that classroom discussion that is not as easily attained in an online setting. So just to review, the weeks start on Monday, end on Sunday. For the first half of the week, you're to read the assignments and kind of get acquainted with the course material and then post your initial response to the forum for that week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have the opportunity to reply to classmates as well as post questions and comments to other classmates. So part of the discussion forum process is responding to others. That's making at least 2 comments to other classmates in your for that week. Clarifying your own post doesn't count as a response to somebody else. So it's going into somebody else's post or thread that week and actually having a conversation or discussion. All right, any questions, send me an email. Second, I will grade this week's forums probably next Monday. I have to leave them open for a week. We actually had a couple of students that are still just trying to figure out their first week situations. So you might see a few late posts this week as people are trying to kind of figure things out. But even moving forward, there is a sort of a grace period if people had some difficulty. So I won't close the forums and grade them today. I'll usually wait a week. So you could expect to see week 1's grades at the first day of week 3 and then moving forward. One last thing, there's a big piece of the syllabus related to accommodations requests in the disability office. If anybody has any accommodation letters, please forward them to me this week if possible. Since accommodations are handled a little differently in online courses, I just want to have them as early as possible to anticipate any changes or accommodations I might need to make to students for the material. Another thing I wanted to talk a little bit about to wrap up the housekeeping is the resource manual. So this week I posted a separate forum to ask people what counties they'd be interested in researching related to the county resource manual. In the past, the way the course is run is the instructor would assign students to counties in an effort to have as wide a variety of material as possible. I given this a lot of thought, and my inclination is to allow students to work and research on the counties that they are most interested in working on, which usually would be the ones that you're going to be working in or live in. So I say this with hesitation because I can't have 15 students all working on Union County. So I'm not really sure how what the preferences would be or how they would shake out. So that's why I'm asking you. So please, if you can, this week, sooner rather than later, post what county you're interested in working in, working on the county resource project for, as well as a secondary option. I want to see if I can make it work with people's preferences. If it can't, I will have to do the assigning of counties, and I'll do that next week. But I just wanted to see if I could make this a little more psych rehabby by giving you a county that you want to work on. So please get that into me as soon as possible. Last thing, just kind of an overview for this week. So you're going to be reading the lesson for this week. It's contained in an online book. And then you'll be answering the forum questions. The one is the preference for the counties for the county resource project, and then the second one is a question pertaining to the content for this week's online book. Just another clarification, the textbook for this course is recommended. It's not required. It's the Pratt text that you probably had to purchase for 1101, Intro to Psych Rehab. So if you still have it around, it's going to be a handy resource for this class. So I do encourage people to reference it as needed. However, it is not required. All of the required readings will be embedded in the online books through Moodle. And if there's articles such as this week, there's an article that is a link is provided to in the book for you to read as well. So any questions about that, please let me know. This week, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about case management. One of the major distinctions in case management is whether people are with PACT or without PACT. So when somebody is on a PACT team or a member of an assertive community treatment team, their case managers are essentially the team members, and they basically attend to the needs of that person in recovery as best they can through the team itself. If you're not on a PAC team, oftentimes you are eligible for integrated case management services, and they will have a case manager assigned to you oftentimes when people are discharged from long hospital stays. They also are available at times to people in the community as well without having to go through a hospital. And a case manager through an organization like ICMS would be one that links people to different resources in the community. So if they, for instance, needed housing, they might work on a referral for housing. Or they might work on referring somebody to supported employment if they were interested in a job. Or if they needed a primary care physician, they might refer them there. So a case manager specializes in that, whereas the PAC team is a little different. Somebody on a PAC team wouldn't be eligible for ICMS. Now that being said, you probably from your internships, especially the people in residential placements, so people that are in supported housing or RIST or group homes, a lot of times the case management responsibilities will fall by default almost on the residential housing case manager. So, and I think it's really just out of convenience, that's the person that ends up seeing the person more often than not, the most. And so that person ends up sort of coordinating the other services. So sometimes that person will even have a ICMS worker and will truly get case management more from the residential counselor than the case manager. Not always. It's really oftentimes dependent upon the quality of the housing program as well as the quality of the case manager that's been assigned to them. But if you're finding that you see a lot, if you're working or interning in a residential agency and you're seeing that a lot of case management responsibilities fall on the residential counselor, that's probably the reason why. It's sort of a de facto responsibility in a way because, like I said, they often see the person the most, whereas a job coach might see somebody once a week, once every other week. A psychiatrist would only be seen maybe once a month. The residential counselor sees them often multiple times a week in a lot of cases. So just a little mini lecture I had that I wanted to talk about related to case management. If you have any questions about this week's lesson or the content, please send me an email. The best way to reach me is through my regular Rutgers email. That's at rutgers.edu. Hope to see you participating in forums this week, and take care. See you soon.